Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Today, I'm bringing you a new video from the series on building strategies using a single indicator. Today, we're going to discover a new indicator that we haven't seen before on this channel, and it's going to be very useful for your trading because we'll be adding it to other strategies that will involve combining indicators. You'll find this indicator on the OlympTrade platform, and I'll leave the link for it below the video. You'll also find the link to our Telegram channel here. There, you'll find trading signals that will help you a lot in your trading. So, all the links you need are below the video. After you log into the platform, set the amount you want and set the trade duration. The trade duration will be 1 minute, so let's keep it at 1 minute. As for the chart, let's keep it on Japanese candlesticks. For the time frame, let's change it and set it to 15 seconds. This is very important for this strategy. Let's go straight to the indicators and try to find the alligator, which is the Alligator Indicator. We'll change the settings and set the red color here, so we'll have 2 moving averages in red and 1 in green, then close them right away. And this becomes our strategy, or this is the indicator. So we have 2 moving averages in red and 1 in green. The most important one among them will be the green one, because it will cross the 2 red moving averages. Based on that, we will enter buy or sell trades. So let me draw it for you directly as a clear example here. In this example, we always enter trades when the crossovers happen. But let me explain. When the green one is above the red one, that means we will have an upward movement. When the green one is below the red one, that means the market will go down. So this should be very clear. In our example here, we could have entered a buy, upward trade. Why? Because the green one crossed from below to above, meaning it was below them and then moved above them. At this point, we could have entered an upward trade, meaning a trade lasting 1 minute. If we had entered at this point, we would have won immediately because the price went up. The same thing applies, or the opposite is true, for a downward movement. So here, there was a crossover, and the green moving average was on top. Then it went below, which is a signal. What kind of signal? A signal for a downward move. So at this point, if we had entered a downward trade, and the price went down, we would have won immediately. But you might say to me, there are 2 moving averages, so with which one do we enter the trade? We enter with both. When the crossover happens with the first one, we definitely enter a downward trade, and when it happens with the second, we also enter a downward trade. And the opposite is true. When it crosses from below to above, like here, when it happens at this point, we enter an upward trade. And at this point as well, we enter an upward trade. But if we look here, for example, if we entered at this point, it would have been a winning trade for us. But if we entered at this other point, it would have been a losing trade. Because if we entered on this candle and there wasn't a significant upward movement here, the crossover reversed from above to below and the market started to go down. So you definitely need another indicator to confirm the trades you take. But just for the sake of experimentation, we'll try trading using only this indicator by itself. So let's look at more and more examples. Let's enlarge it like this. We have examples here where there are significant crossovers. So we have this crossover. As you can see, it was above them, then it went below, and then it went back above again. This is a signal for an upward movement. Here as well, it was a signal for an upward movement. Here, it's a signal for a downward movement. So at this point, as you can see, it crosses from above to below with the first one. That is the moving average in red. Then it didn't cross with the second moving average, which is also in red. Instead, it went back and crossed with this moving average from below to above at this point. And this is a strong point, meaning it's a good opportunity for a buy trade. When you see something like this, as long as the market was going up, this definitely indicates the continuation of that trend. But if it crosses with the second moving average, this tells us that a reversal is likely to happen and the market will start going down again. And the same thing happened here. As you can see, it crossed with both at the same point. So this too is a strong buy opportunity. If we had entered here, this is the candle where the price went up and we would have profited from this trade right away. So it's a very simple strategy, just a basic indicator that anyone can use and apply on their platform, like on the OlympTrade platform, and get started with it. So let's try to enter 1 or 2 trades. Let's set the amount to $300 and try to find a trade to enter right away, just as we're seeing with this currency. So let's enter a sell trade right away. Everything should be clear for us. The green moving average crossed the red moving average, the first one and then the second one, both at the same entry point. Based on that, we entered a sell trade for $300. A 1 minute trade. Let's patiently wait for it to fully finish and then carefully observe the final. This particular trade has successfully generated for us a significant profit of precisely $240, a clear and undeniable net profit derived directly from this specific trade, and the entry point was exceptionally clear and easily discernible, as you can plainly see. So absolutely anyone who is just beginning to understand with me, or who has diligently watched the entire video from its very beginning, should now be perfectly capable of comprehending exactly how to confidently enter into this precise kind of profitable trade. So we entered at this point when the green moving average, which was above, crossed below. That's a signal for a downward move, as it crossed the first red moving average. Then it crossed the second red moving average. That's a signal for a downward move. We entered at this point, and then this big drop happened, which made us profit from this trade, $240, which is a very good profit at the moment. Now let's look at the opposite scenario, as you can see. So, of course, we should enter a buy trade right now, and it looks like it's going to keep going up even more because it was already on an upward trend. This was just a pullback, and we're going to continue going up further and further. So let's invest a larger amount. Let's put in $500 and try to find a new trade to enter right away, or maybe we can enter again with the same currency. So if it continues to go up a little, because right now it's starting to drop a bit since there was a crossover, but it hasn't continued upward yet. So let's try to enter along with them. Let's place a buy trade with an amount of $500. There, we've entered it right away. It's a 1 minute trade, so let's patiently wait for it to fully finish and then carefully observe the final result. We successfully won this particular trade, as you can clearly see, a substantial $400. This is the impressive net profit generated from this single successful trade, and so far, the positive trend is still continuing to go up. We skillfully took full advantage of the significant market drop and consequently made a very good profit, and similarly, we also expertly took advantage of the subsequent market rise and made yet another excellent profit. The indicator is simple, as you can see. The reason we entered was the crossover of the two moving averages at this point. That is, with this moving average and this one, we entered around this candle and then this big upward movement happened. Of course, it started to pull back a little, but since we entered at the point where the crossover happened, we won this trade right away and made a profit of $400. And let me remind you, the indicator is simple, that's all. We don't have any confirmation indicator or anything else, just the alligator indicator. We used the default settings and waited, so as soon as the crossovers happened, the trades went our way immediately. Try out this strategy and let me know in the comments below what results you got. Also, don't forget to join our exclusive Telegram group, where you'll find signals and powerful strategies that will help you in your trading. That's all for now, and God willing, we'll meet in the next video. Goodbye.